welcome back. You are listening to Hardie's Friday Night Blitz, and I am Andy Jenkins, and I am here tonight with my good friend, Mr. Robbie Winters.
Hello, Mr. Jenkins. Good to be here talking high school football with you tonight.
So we've got a good show for you planned tonight. It's amazing. I think that Ryan needs to step away from doing this show more often. I come into the studio tonight and look at this. I have a laptop. Can you believe that?
You've earned it.
And then somebody said, and you're actually getting to talk tonight. So all jokes aside, Ryan couldn't be with us tonight. Good luck, Ryan, at your Lee University athletic event this weekend. But we're going to go ahead and start looking at some scores from tonight. We got your final at Ray County, Bradley Central. Bradley wins that one 30-10. We've got Walker Valley at home against Upperman. And Upperman edges out Walker Valley 24-17. And we have our first caller of the night. Hello, caller. You're live on Friday Night Blitz.
You know who this is?
You know who this is, Coach?
That is the Brett Whitehead, the mayor of Cleveland.
How you guys doing this evening?
We're doing great. Hey, do you know who you're listening to?
Yes.
Who are you listening to?
I'm listening to the Friday Night Blitz.
That's right. But you're listening to Mr. Jenkins, and you're listening to Coach Winters. You remember Coach Winters?
I was just, yeah. I was at Lake Forest.
That's right.
That's right. Glory days, Brett. Glory days.
Yeah. In Mickman County ended up beating Loud tonight, 14-0.
14-10, I think, wasn't it? Or was it 14-0?
No. Yeah, it was Mickman County.
Yes, it was McMinn County, and they played Loudoun County.
Loudoun.
So, are you a McMinn County fan, Brett?
No. One of my people I work with at school.
Yeah.
Tanya Pitcock, her son goes to McMinn County.
Really?
Yeah, up in Athens.
I didn't know that.
Here's the games coming up for Friday. For Friday.
Tell us what's the upcoming game for Brad. Who does Bradley have next week?
We have Bearden.
Next week?
Not Bearden. Maryville.
Brett, I thought you were a Bears fan.
I do. I am.
Brett,
we played Maryville.
Brett, what does your gut tell you about next week with Maryville? Are the Bears going to pull the upset?
Yes, and we have to. We win. We have to host. We finish second.
We'll see if that happens. That's going to be a big game. It's at Bradley. It's next Friday. That ought to be a huge game.
The 28th.
We'll see. Yep, next Friday, the 28th. Well, Brett.
And McMinn County goes down to plays Ooltewah.
McMinn County does?
Yeah.
Tell me who.
McMinn Central. Do what?
Who does Walker Valley play next week?
They're not playing Friday. They're playing. They're playing
Thursday, and they are playing against Howard.
From Chattanooga.
Yep, playing Howard.
Chattanooga. It's at Walker Valley.
Yep, that's the last game of the season.
It's at Walker Valley, though.
Well, Brett, it's always fun to have you call in. We appreciate it.
Cleveland will go to Hardee Valley.
Cleveland, yes. They end up finishing out their season at Hardee Valley.
And Ray will go to Coffee County as well.
Ray goes to Coffee County.
Yeah.
That's at Coffee County.
We don't know the time for that game yet.
It's a to be determined, huh?
No, I found out the time is in a different time zone.
Oh, okay. So they're an hour behind us. That's right.
Yeah.
Central time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to let you know, Marion County plays Meigs
Who does?
at 7:30.
I think it's in Marion.
Marion County?
Oh, okay.
Playing Meigs.
Megs?
And Tennessee plays tomorrow, too.
That's right. We played Tennessee Martin, so that ought to be a bloodbath.
It's at noon.
Yep. They don't want too many people to see that game. It's going to be ugly. All right, Brett. Well, we're going to go ahead and get off here. We're going to take some more callers, but thanks for calling in, buddy. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, and we look forward to seeing if your predictions come true for next week.
And I'll let y'all know who we're going to be playing in the playoffs as well.
All right, man. Appreciate it. You have a good night, Brett.
It's great hearing from you, Brett. Proud of you, buddy.
All right. See you guys.
See you, man.
Bye. Always a pleasure to hear from good old Brett.
Tell you what, I think Brett could run for any office in Bradley County and win.
Everybody knows Brett.
One of the sweetest guys I've ever been around.
Sweet, yeah.
Love Brett Whitehead.
Great kid, bleeds black and gold.
He sure does.
All right. So looking back at our scores, Cleveland's final tonight was they come away with the win 24-10 against Giles County. And I can't remember if I updated this one or not, but Upperman takes the game with Walker Valley 24-17. We got Ooltewah and Brainerd, some more region action. You've got Brainerd walking away in a squeak on that one. I mean, really close, 22-21. McMinn County and Loudoun County, you got 14-0. McMinn County, they walk away with a win on that one, like Brett just told us. McMinn Central they're at Rockwood. Rockwood is up 42-26 in the fourth quarter. Silverdale comes away with a win 20-3 against Grace Christian. Polk County, they improve, I think, to 6-3 on the year. Quite an improvement over last year. They get the win tonight, 35-0 against Lookout Valley. Baylor and Montgomery Bell Academy are playing right now. That's a game of heavyweights right there. That's two big programs. As of last check, Baylor was up 21-13. Sweetwater Tellico Plains 49-7. Sweetwater comes away with the win. East Hamilton comes away with the win 14-0 against Red Bank. And this is pretty intriguing, Coach.
Yeah, this is a very interesting story.
So those of you that are listening, this is great. So McCallie, Chattanooga, Tennessee, they play a team tonight, West Toronto. Toronto.
And from what we've been told, it's that Toronto.
Yes.
Toronto that you're thinking about. It's that Toronto.
Canada.
Yeah.
So it's a 13-hour drive. So these poor kids and coaches, they make this drive 13 hours. Well, that's just 13 hours if you don't stop. Right. So they make the drive down here on their bus. At the half, it's 42-0 McCallie. I am sure with these two private schools, I'm sure that there was probably some compensation for the game, for making the long journey, long trip. They did some research in the studio, and West Toronto, do you want to take a guess how many, Coach? I think you know this, though.
Yeah.
450 kids. So, we thought it was so funny, like looking across at the on the visitor side. There's nobody over there. Well, that's the reason why. They're from Canada. So another big, we'll save that for when we come back. We're going to go ahead and take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about the Maryville and West score. You are listening to Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Hardee's. Give us a call at 423-614-6499. And I think we actually have a caller before we go to break. Hello, caller. You're live on the air.
Hey, good evening, guys. How's it going?
Hey, man. How are you doing?
I noticed that Knox West beat Maryville, and Maryville must be slipping this year or something. I don't know what's wrong with them, but 31 to 18, what I got here.
Yep, 31 to 18. So I don't remember. Do you remember, Coach? Do you remember the last time that Maryville had 3 losses in a season?
No, I can't.
I can't remember myself. I don't
remember having more.
Now Bradley High School has a chance. Bradley High School has a chance of beating Maryville if they're healthy, I think.
Right. I know that, they've been battling injuries the last few weeks. Bradley went across the river to Ray County tonight and came away with the win 30-10. So that's a positive note. I haven't got the stats yet from the Bradley game, so not quite sure, how things, panned out. We know that Ray County's a young team. We knew that kind of, coming into the game. Graduated a lot of kids on the offensive and defensive line. So oddly enough, though, I don't know if you knew this or not, caller, but they did not graduate any of their offensive production. So
no, I didn't know that.
Yep. So they should be pretty good. Once these young kids get some reps on the line, and get the experience behind them. So.
Yeah, and here's another score for you. Farragut beat Knox Fulton 63-24. Now, Knox Fulton must be down because Knox Fulton's usually been they was about the best football team in Knoxville.
Well, coming into this game, Knox Fulton was 4-4 on the year, and Farragut was, which Farragut's had a great year. I mean, they were 6-2, so they improved to 7-2 on the year. Big win, for them tonight. Big game.
Yeah, it was. But I remember when Farragut here. Some years ago, but Fulton was a team to beat,
right?
In Knoxville.
Big score.
Well, anyway, guys, I don't know about Polk County. I don't have their score. I've just got a few scores listed
Polk
here.
County won 35-0 against Lookout Valley.
Oh, they did.
Yep. So they improved 6-3 on the year, which is a big step up from last year. So, congratulations.
And there's one more thing before I get up. One more thing before I leave you. Now, I think Tennessee's going to win very easily tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's out of hand.
I think they will.
I think it's an opportunity. The only question is, how much do you play hooker? How much do you play?
How much will they score?
How much do you play with stars before you sit them out? And
right.
Yeah.
Got some big games coming up the next few weeks, so I think it gets out of hand pretty quick.
I'm thinking probably the first. I don't plan on seeing Hendon Hooker after the first half. I'd say that Milton comes up and cleans up the second half.
It makes me nervous.
Well, I after watching that Alabama game, that's the first time I really saw Tennessee play this year, and I didn't know it was that good really. But after seeing them play against Alabama, I think Tennessee's got a fairly good team this year. I do.
Well, I think I speak for both of us here. Like, this is the most fun that we've had watching Tennessee football in,
100%.
Gosh, I don't know, 20 years.
Well, we
since 1998, I think Tennessee had a pretty good team in '98.
That's right, championship baby.
But sat through so many years where our offense just had trouble scoring consistently.
Well, guys, I'll let you go. I'm going to listen to someone else call. I appreciate you being on, and I guess you got one more game to be on.
Yep. We'll be covering the playoffs too. So.
Oh, do you? Okay, I forgot about that.
As long as the home teams are in it, we're here for the long haul. So.
Well, hey, I do appreciate you being on.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Good night, man. Thanks for calling.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Bye. All right. Well, we're going to go take a quick break. Give us a call here on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz at 423-614-6499. We'll be back with you here in just a moment.
Mixed Mornings on Mixed TV is Southeast Tennessee's best way to stay informed about local news, sports, weather, and community events, as well as traffic conditions. Plus, you'll never miss a minute of the latest whimsical banter and rants by the one and only Steve Hartline. Who wrote this promo? Never miss a minute. Mixed Mornings on MixedTV.tv. Weekdays 7 to 9, MixedTV.tv. I'm going to find out who wrote this.
Caldwell Paving, paving the way in Tennessee since 1958. Caldwell Paving specializes in asphalt paving and seal coating. They serve residential clients, industrial and commercial companies, and subdivision projects. Conveniently located in Charleston, Caldwell Paving serves all of Southeast Tennessee. Caldwell Paving, old surfaces made new. CaldwellPaving.com.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank account's too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Beerthar, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
For more than 50 years, Cleveland Plywood Company has been serving our community. They're dedicating to providing quality products with professional service to all of Cleveland and our surrounding area. They offer easy pickup or delivery on everything in stock. Cleveland Plywood carries every element of the building process, including windows, doors, truss, flooring materials, shingles, and of course, building lumber. Stop by and visit them. Cleveland Plywood, 2700 20th Street, Northeast in Cleveland, or call 472-3357.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Hardee's. And Mr. Coach Winters, do you want to go ahead and give us the update of the bloodbath in McCallie?
Yeah, McCallie, I almost feel sorry saying it. West Toronto made the long trip down here to the south, and they're going to have a long trip back up north, it looks like. Now it's up to 49-0. So maybe we're getting a little prediction of what tomorrow's going to be like in Knoxville, hopefully, for the Vols.
You think,
out of hand quick.
You think that we could maybe put in some second and third string?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. McCallie's still got their studs in. That's kind of mean at this. That's just cruel at this point.
Right, and we don't know that they have their starters in, but I mean, you know, we're still scoring.
Letting little brothers in and cousins play a little bit.
But before the break, we were talking about Maryville, and they went up against West Knoxville tonight, number one in the state, 9-0. They thumped Maryville 31-18. So that gives Maryville 3 losses on the year, which I don't recall ever in my lifetime knowing of a 3-loss Maryville team.
No, good Lord, no. I mean, I think that, but we were talking that. I mean, that's a tough outer region schedule. To play Alcoa, who's right, one of the top teams in the state every year, Knox West, one of the top teams in the state every year, and play in what's arguably a pretty tough region with Farragut and Bradley. Right. I mean, they're playing a pretty tough schedule, but yeah, I don't remember them ever. You almost always remember Bradley playing them the last game of the season, and
right,
Maryville's undefeated when they play Bradley.
Their other 2 losses have been against Alcoa. They lost 14-27, and then they lost a couple weeks ago, probably the game of the year as far as Cleveland, Bradley County goes. They lose to Cleveland 24-28. So,
Well, I think what that does for Bradley too is that that air of invincibility that Maryville has sometimes is gone at this point.
Right.
3 losses plus knowing that Cleveland, that Cleveland got them, and we were very competitive, and obviously ended up beating Cleveland. I mean, maybe they go in with some confidence.
I think it's definitely a winnable game, and I can say that with honesty.
Right.
It's definitely a winnable game. I don't know if I've you and I have always been Bear fans, but you hope for the best.
Yeah.
But in this sense, I really feel like, as my good friend Patrick Key always says, there's the false hope meter. My false hope meter is really, really high for this one. So hopefully our boys pull through and they can get that big win, kind of get that, the monkey off the back, so to speak.
Well, this is when you want to start peaking if possible. I mean, if they can play well against Maryville and then go into the playoffs with some confidence,
right?
Surprise some people and make a little deep run in this thing.
So they improve. Maryville goes to 3-1 in the region, 6-3 overall. So big game next week at Bradley Central. That game is a 7:00 start, and so we have Cleveland next week. Cleveland is playing against. They'll go up and play Hardee Valley. And the significant thing about that is Hardee Valley got their first win of the season tonight. And so they defeated William Blount. This was a battle of 0-8 high schools.
But that was a fun game.
I bet it was. I mean, you got nothing to lose, right?
True. That's very true.
So you're giving your all. You're out there putting everything out there you got, and it was a battle to the end. But Hardee Valley walks away with the win, 42-25 at William Blount. So it was an away game to boot.
Come in with a little bit of confidence as well, then.
Right. So you're riding that momentum of your big win going into next week, against Cleveland. But all jokes aside, probably I see Cleveland winning that one.
Yeah, and what'd you say? They were 4-4 before tonight's win against Giles County.
Right.
So they have the potential to end the season 6-4 with a win against Maryville. I mean, really close with Bradley. I mean, there's some things to build on going forward, I think.
But they're still out of the playoff picture.
They're still out of the playoff picture, yes. So, but kind of long off season, but
right.
Maybe a few things to build on going into off season.
Let's go ahead and let's take another quick break. But if you'd like to give us a call, we'd love to hear from some of the Bradley faithful traveling back across the river. Some of the Cleveland folks here at home that maybe I know are listening intently in their homes probably by now. But and also some of our Walker Valley folks would love to hear from you. Give us a call here on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. I'm Andy Jenkins, and I'm here with my good friend Robbie Winters, 423-614-6499.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of the relationship that I've developed with my care team.
They take me directly back and start evaluating my needs.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of its flexibility, and so should you.
DPCA. Practice made perfect.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Hands. You might think they're just for waving, but they can be used for all kinds of things, like making made-from-scratch biscuits at Hardee's.
Bite into the new 2 for $5 breakfast deal only at Hardee's.
Mix 1041 and Honda of Cleveland are giving away a Honda Civic LX to an active law enforcement officer in our area. If you know someone that you think deserves to win, you can nominate them at mymix1041.com/Honda or on the Mix 1041 app.
welcome back. You're listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. I'm Andy Jenkins, and I'm here with my good friend Robbie Winters. Give us a call here, 423-614-6499. And while we were on break, we got a important update from producer Austin Chadwick. The bloodbath continues on Macaulay Avenue. Macaulay goes up 55-0 against. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the final. 55-0.
Mercifully.
Mercifully against West Toronto. We also learned, Coach, how many players they got?
The word we got, and I hope this isn't true, is that West Toronto brought 13 kids with them.
13.
3, not 30. 13 kids with them.
So you got. They're playing both ways. I mean,
this is true. This has to be a joke of some kind.
13 players.
So,
11 playing, 2 on the side.
Oh my gosh! So
the story keeps getting worse.
Like, we were talking so last year there was the big controversy about the school that was like the hoax, and they played like ING or whoever.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe this is kind of the same deal. Maybe.
I mean, I don't know what Macaulay paid them to come down here and play, but it must have been something.
Right.
I mean, it must have been something. I have no idea.
Man, I tell you. Dang.
Well,
but we was watching the video back here. 13 players.
13 players. Jeez. Wow. Well, congratulations, Macaulay.
Yeah.
But
we want to schedule West Toronto to get them.
I know some schools around here might want to do that.
Absolutely. For sure.
All jokes aside, though, let's just go ahead and recap some scores for you. We had Bradley Central over Ray County tonight, 30-10. We got Wupperman. Has the upper hand. How do you like that one?
Pretty good.
Against Walker Valley, 24-17. You have Cleveland over Giles County, 24-10. Ottawa and Brainerd. Brainerd comes away with the very, very close one, 22-21. And you want to go ahead and go from there, Coach? I'll let you do the rest.
Yeah, it looks like McMinn County shut out Loudon 14-0. McMinn Central gets beaten by Rockwood 42-26. Silverdale over Grace Christian 20-3. Polk County shuts out Lookout Valley for a big win 35-0. Baylor, I don't know if this is a final or not. Baylor's up on MBA 21-13 in a battle of private school powers in the state. Sweetwater beats up on Tellico Plains 49-7. East Hamilton shuts out Red Bank 14-0. As we've mentioned a few different times, Macaulay didn't have a lot of trouble with the West Toronto Fighting 13s, 55-0. Hardin Valley gets the win over William Blunt. Alcoa, in quite a shocker, at least in the score, Alcoa beats up Tyner pretty good, 42-20, and two big-time smaller schools in the state. Oneida on Sequoia, 21-19, and the what'd you call it? The Fighting Lingerfelts down there in Sequoia.
That's right, the Fighting Lingerfelts.
Another win, bless their heart. Maybe that's what we do.
Yes.
Sequoia schedules West Toronto.
There you
next
go.
Year. That's how we do it.
Brandon Lingerfeld,
Brandon.
I hope you're listening.
For
You need to go ahead and make that recommendation.
Knox Webb 42-7 over Boyd, and in a big story for us Bears getting ready to play Maryville next week. West beats Maryville 31-18.
So the that Knox Webb game, Knox Webb Boyd, like I thought it would be a lot closer than that. Boyd, I think is 6-2 on the year. Let me just check my notes here. I believe they are. They're 6-2 on the year. Knox Webb was 7-0, so it's touted to be a pretty good matchup. But looks like Knox Webb just showed up and showed out.
Yep, didn't have a lot of trouble with him, looks like.
Nope. I'm wondering if somebody can get me the update on the Fighting Lingerfelts to see if they actually came away with the win tonight. It's been like 4 years since Sequoia High School came away with a win. So I'm wondering if I can find it. Where is that at? Keely, can you help me out here? What do you got here? Yeah, Sequoia High School, and they're playing Oneida. Where are you at? Sequoia. It was a close one last I checked. It's like a 2-point game. Sequoia. I don't know where this is at. Brandon, I'm disappointed you're not listening. You could give me the update on this. Well, Coach, what do you think about well, first of all, congratulations to the Cleveland High School Lady Raiders on winning the state championship in girls in volleyball today. Big win for them. They did not lose a single set in the state tournament. I mean, nationally ranked. What were they, like 12th in the nation, I think, or something like that?
I don't know the number, but they were nationally ranked. We had a chance to watch them play. We went and watched Bradley play them in the district championship, and I'm telling you, man, they were really, really good. Super athletic, high flyers. I mean, they played really well together. And we joke around a little bit about Cleveland and things like that, but at the end of the day, we want our local teams to be really successful and win state championships in as many sports as possible. So to be that dominant at the state championship level, I mean, that's really, really impressive, and so proud of Amy and the work that they do over there. We know some of the girls over there, just really solid young ladies,
right? Super
hard workers. So, I mean, you just root for kids like that. If they're wearing blue or they're black and gold or they're navy, you root for our local kids. So just thankful, and I know parents sacrifice so much for their kids to do that, and coaches as well. So congratulations, Cleveland Lady Raiders. You represented our community well, and
very well.
That'll be a memory you have the rest of your life. I had an opportunity to do that a long time ago and win a state championship, and I mean, those people are your brothers and sisters for the rest of your life. So congratulations, guys. Super proud of you.
Yep. Congratulations, Amy. Job well done. Really has taken that program over, and I mean, the highest of highs. At this point, they've really had some good teams the last couple of years, and went far in the tournament. But to come away this year with the state title and to not lose a single set, I mean, it wasn't even close. And
I think the records that we saw were 44-5. I think they were this year. So
yeah,
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see those 5. Holy
right,
mackerel, they must have been animals.
Well, I think they got the Hearst girls, and just some talented kids. So, I mean, and they're being recruited by these big schools.
Oh, yeah.
And rightly so. So, congratulations.
Yeah.
But the Fighting Lingerfelds, drum roll please. They do not come away with the win tonight. Goodness. Sequoia High School falls to Oneida, 27-19. So sorry, Brandon Lingerfeld. Maybe one day. We should start a petition. We should start a petition, get people to sign it, to bring back Brandon to Sequoia High School. He should be their next football coach.
You get some signs that I see them around town. They say, "Let's go, Brandon." Is that what they're talking about? Are they talking about? I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about.
I don't think so.
Oh,
something
different. Okay.
Something different. But that would be good. That would be a good slogan. But somebody had to run that for us.
Right.
So next week, big home games. Big home game next week at Bradley Central, 7:00 start. You got Bradley versus Maryville High School. Game of the year. Maryville rolls in 6-3 on the year against Bradley Central. Bradley Central is 7-2.
And I think that even with the losses that Maryville's had, I think you still realize when they walk in, they're still Maryville. So we're going to have to play really well and don't turn. I mean, the little things. Don't turn the ball over. Keep drives going, get third down conversions, those kind of things. But you never know. I think this is an opportunity to maybe break that Maryville curse. I don't want to call it a curse, but
be interesting. Hello, caller. We got a caller. You're live on Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Hey, coaches. How are y'all doing?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. This is Kelly Edwards.
Hey, Kelly.
You had a long day today.
Ooh,
I just wanted to call to remind everybody that a lot of the seniors that are going to be at Bradley playing from the undefeated team, 4 3 years straight.
Right, that is correct. So, they are seniors this year. That would be like Knox Watson. That would be
Brody Morgan,
yep.
Taylor Dugan, our own JD Kirkpatrick.
Yep, JD Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
So,
and did they go all 3 years at Lake Forest?
Yeah,
and lose a game?
They went all 3 years undefeated. At Lake Forest. The only other.
I'm going to challenge all Lake Forest and staff to be there Friday night.
So it's the last home game unless we somehow get to host a playoff game. So,
right.
Which I don't see that happening with the way that the games are playing out. But definitely encourage everybody to come out next Friday night at 7:00 and support your Bears, your former Bruins. Should be a good game.
Like Coach Winter said, we're all, even if you came from McCoy or you came from Lake Forest, we're all family. So
that's all right.
Come out and support us.
Exactly.
Just thought I'd give you a call. Proud of you guys. Y'all been up for a long time today.
Thanks, Kelly. We'll see you Monday.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks,
you
Kelly.
too.
See you.
Bye.
That's right. That'll be a big one. That's a lot of success those kids had in middle school, and it's neat to see them continue to develop through the high school career.
It is. You got Brody Morgan. Just some great kids. Gage Anderson. A lot of good kids. Those kids. You see out in town, or they'll come back for events and things at school, and they always greet you with a smile and a hug, and those were some really good years that they were at the school, and not just in football, but basketball and wrestling. That was the wrestling that year. They went undefeated. Well, they won district. They were top notch. They wiped the floor with everybody. So come out and support the Bears tomorrow night, or next Friday night. 7:00 against Maryville, and then we've got Cleveland. They travel to Hardee Valley, so make sure that you listen in on that one. That should be a good game as well. We expect Hardee Valley to come away with the win, we expect Cleveland to come away with a win against Hardee Valley next week. Coach, we got Walker Valley next week. Walker Valley is against.
We saw Howard. Right?
Howard, that's correct.
At Walker Valley.
I think it's at Walker Valley.
Okay.
Yep. So that should be, unless something just totally strange happens, Walker Valley should come away with the win next week against Howard. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll take one more caller when we get back. 423-614-6499. We'll be back in here in just a minute on the Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Hardee's.
This is Thomas Williams with Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Stop by today and take advantage of Bradley County's largest pre-owned inventory, or visit cleveland-nissan.com, home of the lifetime warranty.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates, a $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. Rick's Plumbing Service, a family-owned business specializing in new commercial and residential plumbing. They can do it all. Rick's Plumbing Service has been in Cleveland for 35 years. Call Jason or Josh at Rick's Plumbing Service, 423-595-6143. That's 595-6143.
Serenity Funeral Homes. Convenient, caring, affordable. Cleveland's most affordable funeral home. Completely remodeled. Offering cremations as low as $5.95. Funerals, $15.95. SerenityofCleveland.com. When trust matters most.
In Chattanooga, we have always led the way forward. From our beginnings propelling the locomotive to becoming known as the Gig City, to working with the TVA's mission of providing reliable power while preserving our region's beauty. Here at Village Volkswagen, we continue that tradition by helping the TVA electrify their fleet with the all-new VW ID4. As World Car of the Year, it only makes sense it's made in our city. Reserve yours at villagevw.com and let's lead the way like we've always done.
Give you guys a perspective heading back from the Ray County game.
Okay. Hey, is this Brian? Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Maybe coming, from
Hello?
Ray County.
Yeah, he's coming back from Ray County. Maybe a bad connection. So, Brian, if you can hear us, give us a call back. It looks like it's a bad connection. I'd love to hear from you. Also, Amy McGowan, love to hear from you, Coach. Give us a call, 614-6499. While we're waiting on them to call back, talking about Cleveland High School Lady Raiders state championship. Today, I think they played at, was it Siegel they played at?
I'm not sure.
You should be able to pick it up on the board. Scott McGowan.
Hello, caller. You're live on Friday Night Blitz.
Yeah, hey, this is Scott McGowan. I just calling to see if y'all can give a shout out to the Lady Raiders volleyball team for winning state tonight.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we've been talking about. You wouldn't happen to have the celebrity at hand, would you? The coach with you?
No, she's in the car ahead of me. I'll try to get her to call in.
We'd love to hear from her. But so hey, I'm guessing you were at the match. So give us a little feel like going in. Like, what was the confidence level? Was there any kind of, what was the state of mind with the team and the coach going in?
Well, the coach, Amy, she was, as coaches, you're always nervous to make sure you prepared enough. Now, the girls, confidence you couldn't have beat the confidence out of them. They had not lost a set the whole week over there.
Right.
I mean, they beat every team they played 3-0, and I'm telling you, they were really good teams over there, but it was just lined up. Cleveland played lights out. The Hurst girls.
Yep.
I can't say enough about Addison Hurst. I mean, she showed out. Her sister Lauren played great.
Yeah.
Everybody on the team, Addison Brock, my daughter Kinsley, Graceland Jackson, the libero, Lily O'Brien. I mean, two freshmen, Gunny Brock and Jordan Michaelis. I mean, everybody played so great for us to play, to win like they did. I mean, I think in the championship game, Collierville gave us the closest one set that we've had all week, and we won it 25-20.
Okay.
After that, they beat them 25-10. Then I think the last one was 25-19 or something like that. I mean, it was just they were just focused and ready to go.
Hey, Scott, do you know, what was the final ranking for them, national ranking?
I don't know national ranking. We were ranked number 2 in the state because we dropped a game to Nolensville in a tournament. and Nolensville was ranked number 1, but then Nolensville didn't make it out of their district.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, so they didn't even make it out of their district. So, you know, it was just it's one of those things that everything just happens for you. And the girls played awesome. Amy did good as a coach. Luckily, I'm married to her, and I give her a lot of good advice.
Hey, so yeah, hey, Scott, walk me through that. What was your advice and the pep talk that you gave her? You know, before you guys, I'm sure you were on your way to the game. Well, what was your advice that you gave her? I know it's going to be great. Let's hear it.
Play your best players and play your best players, baby.
Yes, sir. That's true. That is so
Scott,
true.
What do you think? This is Robbie. What do you think set this team apart and made it just so dominant from beginning of season to end of the season, and peaking at the right time and just demolishing teams at the highest level in the state of Tennessee? What do you think set this team apart?
Well, those girls have got a taste for it the last 2 years going to the state. And they got a taste of – they won a couple of games over there, so they got that taste in their mouth. And after they lost, you could see it in their eyes that they were determined to get better and win a state for each other. And I'm going to tell you, that team, they played as loose as I've ever seen a team. And they played – I mean, they love on each other so much. They just.
Scott, you still there?
When I tell you what, as we look at the pictures on our screen, I don't know if they can see that or not, but the pictures we see, it looked like Cleveland kind of showed out with their fan support too, making that trip. Looks like a lot of the students are there. I think I see Coach Tucker there. See a lot of coaches, and that speaks very highly. Oh, and there's old ugly Bob Pritchard on there. I'm kidding. Bob's my buddy. But man, it looks like
no matter who it is when you bring a state to town.
It looks like the crowd was awesome. So, I mean, that speaks very highly to the culture at Cleveland High School to come support those girls.
Well, I talked to there was some girls from Bradley that came over and watched us. You know, I mean, it just shows what a great town we live in, man. They came over there and watched us and supported us. People text me all day long. They were watching it on YouTube. It's just neat and special.
Right.
And it's special to bring a state championship back to the community we live in.
You know, that's I agree with that. That's what I feel like is so special about Cleveland and Bradley County is you know, just the support that we put behind our students and our athletes, regardless. You know, at the end of the day, it's not black or gold. It's not blue and red. It's, you know, they're representing Cleveland, Tennessee. And you know, I remember a couple of years ago when our girls won the state tournament in girls basketball. You know, Amy was one of the first ones that texted Xandra and congratulated her. You know, Scott Carroll texted me as well, and you know, it was just you know, you can really feel the support. So we're so happy for Amy and the players. You know, job well done.
Well, we appreciate it. Like I said, those girls played their hearts out, and we couldn't. You know, they were determined to win that thing. And let me tell you, we had to get out of town because the way they played, they were going to arrest us for assault the way we did those things.
So, Scott, now, did I hear you correctly to say that there's going to be a half-off discount at Old Fort for everybody at breakfast in the morning celebrating Cleveland? Did I hear that correctly, Mr. Jenkins?
I'm all about that gravy biscuit over there.
Ooh, boy.
I told him I'd run it from about 7:01 to 7:02.
I bet you I could get a couple orders down in that.
Pretty
maybe.
quick, that's right. That's pretty quick. Well, congratulations, Scott. I know when the family wins, I mean, I know it's a family win for the McGowan family as well as the Blue Raider community. So congratulations, man. Happy for you guys.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys, and great job on the radio, guys.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for calling in.
Y'all have a good night.
You too. See ya.
I mean, that really is. Those girls will remember that for the rest of their lives. There's a bond that those girls will have, you know, when they're 40s, 50s. it's pretty special, and to just do it in such a dominant fashion. I mean, that's
right.
pretty awesome.
I'm reminded that the bond that you're talking about. I remember a little while ago when Coach Adams passed away. I remember you were talking about the photo that you posed with some former teammates and friends from that state championship game in '94. Right,
yeah.
94 state champions baseball team, and that's a bond that you don't share with everybody.
That's exactly right. Well, you tell stories and you laugh and you joke and you remember. It's been for us. I mean, what is that? 24. I mean, almost 30 years. I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the sacrifices that you make to play at that level, and it's fantastic. So I'm happy for these girls. I think they'll appreciate it more as they get older. They're in the moment right now. But of course, Amy was such an incredible athlete at Bradley.
Three sports star.
Well, and we were there. When I take the boys and Lily to watch ball games there, I mean, we look at the retired numbers, and I mean, she has a number retired in basketball and volleyball. I mean, how impressive is that?
Heck of a softball player too.
And then to take that to Cleveland and have the success that she's had over there, so just and good family, and you at the end of the day, you want good people to get good things.
Right.
So you're happy for their families, you're happy for the parents. I mean, it's a whole team deal. So just excited for Cleveland and the Lady Raiders.
All right, we are going to take a quick break, and we're actually going to sign off here in just a couple of minutes. If we don't have any more callers, 423-614-6499. We'll be back at you here in just a second.
Wholesale Supply Group, you've heard the name for years. The experts trust them, and you should too. Whether you're building, remodeling, or just maintaining your home, Wholesale Supply Group has all the plumbing, electrical, and HVAC products you need to supply any project. With great brands like Delta, Kohler, Rinnai, Mansfield, Progress Lighting, Square D, GE, and Milwaukee, Wholesale Supply has everything you need. Check out the locations in Cleveland, Chattanooga, Athens, Dayton, Madisonville, Dalton, and Chatsworth. Online, wholesalesupply.us. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open to the public.
It's never too late to take the next big step in your life, and as a working adult, you need options. Tennessee Wesleyan's Management Excellence degree revolves around your lifestyle with 5 areas of emphasis, faculty with real-world experience, and 3 convenient locations. You've got this.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
I went to getcortina.com and filled out a secure consultation form. Within 24 hours, I received a full diagnosis of my skin condition and a custom Cortina prescription directly tailored for my skin. So stop trying to cover up your rosacea. Clear it up with Cortina at getcortina.com.
Cumberland Bail Bonding. Speed up the bail bonding process. Fast and confident service available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Call Amy Thomas at Cumberland Bail Bonding, 423-641-6246.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of the relationship that I've developed with my care team.
They take me directly back and start evaluating my needs.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of its flexibility, and so should you.
DPCA. Practice made perfect.
Those fries you've been craving. I'm hot, and I'm steamy, and oh man, do I smell delicious. I'm calling your name. Oh, Doug. Doug. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow. So get Allstate.
Call or visit the...
Welcome back to Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Hello, caller. You're live on the show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, Brian. We're doing great. How are you doing?
Good. Sorry, I'm on my way back, just pulling into Bradley County, so I got a little better signal now. Heard Scott's call. Congratulations to the Lady Raiders. And I believe Amy won one as a
player too, didn't she, Bradley?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She won one as a player and a coach. That's pretty special.
Give us the update from the Bradley game.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, a hard-fought game. Those guys, it was a senior night for Ray County, obviously. Came out and scored first. We lose our starting quarterback on the first series. Kemp put pressure on his foot, so Alex got his opportunity to come back in and did a great job. Taylor Dugan had an outstanding game. Offensive line protected well. Obviously, we've been hit with the injury bug and managed to get through it for 7 wins. But, key players, Rodney, our Mike linebacker, out, season in the injury. Jackson, of course, his foot. Hopefully he's going to be able to go maybe next week, we're hoping. Don't know yet. Got to see, wait and see. Finn played a great game. All the kids played great. I mean, just, everybody rallying together, next man up attitude, mentality, of course, and coaches had them prepared well. Just a good, fun group to watch. Very talented group. It's been a tough year, but a fun year.
What's the feeling going into last game of the season? We know it's Maryville, it's at home, but what's the feel going in? I mean, Maryville, lost tonight, 31-18 to West. So what's the
a really good team? Yeah, really good West team though. I mean, and obviously Cleveland beat them and played really well. Their quarterback played great. I heard. I hadn't seen any of that film, but. Optimistic, obviously. Coach Floyd, any team that Coach Floyd coaches is not going to come in not prepared or scared, I'll tell you that.
Right.
But it's Maryville. You respect the heck out of them. All they do is play winning football. They're disciplined. You have to beat them. They don't beat themselves, typically.
Right.
But optimistic for sure. And if we get Jackson back, that's a big lift. But our kids have ran the ball. Jay runs the ball hard. You got the Gorey brothers. One had a blocked field goal. No one ran a pick six back. Finn ran on the blocked field goal. We ran that back for a touchdown. So we had 2 really special plays by our defensive unit for long touchdowns. We had a kickoff return too, I think, or another pick six. I'm not sure. No, I think it was kick return by J-Rod and was called back with a clip. So, but a 30-10 win up there on senior night. I mean, once we got rolling a little bit, took care of our, started running the football and eating the clock. Defense played fantastic, though. Compared to, obviously what they did to us last year, running fast. They run that up tempo and run right at you. You got to man up and stop it. But yeah, Maryville. I mean, they're going to be very disciplined. They're going to come in and obviously they're, having lost games. They're going to be hungry as well, which probably wouldn't change their aspect. I've not really seen them a lot. I just know they're not the typical Maryville team, but they're still Maryville.
Right, and I'll let Robbie talk to that. He actually talked a little bit about that. I think in one of our breaks. At the end of the day, it is still Maryville. That's the thing.
Fantastic coaching staff. They got a great coaching staff, disciplined kids.
So, Brian, you've been around the game, a long time. You've seen a lot of games. So, do you remember ever a Maryville team having 3 losses?
No, I do not. No, I mean, when I was in school,
right,
they weren't near as good. But yeah, that's 35 years ago. Yeah, no. This last, I mean, you look at when you go play them up there. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the state championship banners they've got across the field, and
right.
I mean, they lose to teams like Oakland or Riverdale or somebody that's got 15 D1 signees, and still they play with them because they're so disciplined. I mean,
yes,
chin strap, buckled, helmets on, shoulder to shoulder, ready to go in. I mean, they're just so plugged in and so smart and disciplined, and that's really a lot. That's half the battle, but more than half the battle in high school.
And Brian, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting too. We had our Lake Forest kids went up there and played Maryville Middle School for the East Tennessee, I guess, what was it?
Football
conference championship.
Yeah.
And when you go in and you look in one goalpost and you see about 15 state championship banners when you walk into the stadium, that's pretty intimidating. Step one. So.
Yeah, it is. And just watching them, how they interact with their coaching staff, how they listen, how they meet. I mean, it's impressive. A different type of discipline that, I mean, it's basically a private school playing public ball. And you can't underestimate what that means when kids are locked in like that and want to be coached. So, and we've got a lot of talent, obviously. And I didn't mention Knox. You guys touched on Knox. He's a fantastic leader. One of the best kids I've ever been around. Just love to watch him. And he plays with every ounce of his talent and with a lot of emotion. And we got a lot of kids like that. But Knox is a special leader, man. Very special.
Well, and we need to get Bradley Stadium pretty packed out next week, don't we? If we can pack that out Friday night, that'd be a big boost to our boys too.
It sure would, man. You got to get behind these kids. It's our senior night, and like you said, it could be our last time on that field. We got lucky and fortunate to have a lot of home games this year, and we got a great fan base, great, good people, good, hardworking Countyans. So, come out and support these kids, man. They're laying it on the line, and football's not easy, man. It's a tough sport, and you got to give it up to these kids, man. They're in a car wreck, every play. Trying to, use wrong arming on the ends and, doing their job, and which Damon stresses all the time. You have to do your job, and our kids buy into that. And that's why our defense has played really well against, some good teams. We've had our slip-ups and our busted assignments, but for the most part, these kids have done really well, and 7 wins, in 9 games is pretty special, but we'd like to get an 8.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Brian,
I just wanted to call and give you guys some update over here. I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for staying up and supporting the community, and congratulations to the Lady Raiders again.
Yes, sir. Thanks for calling, Brian. We appreciate it.
Brian, have a good night.
All right, y'all take care.
See ya. Well, that was, Brian's a legend in his own right.
Tell you what, boy, you can't talk Bradley football very long without
talking
about
Copeland's.
That's for sure. He was a star. I remember him as a kid. He was a star.
Brian, Chad, Brent,
and then Cole and Bryce.
Right.
It just kind of continues on. And maybe the best athlete of the whole crew was Brooke playing basketball.
Yeah, Brooke was
impressive crew, man. Impressive.
Brooke was a stud baller. I had the great fortune of getting to watch her play middle school basketball. She played her 8th grade year for us at Lake Forest Middle, and it was a pleasure getting to watch her play because she was just so tall, so big in the post, and soft hands, and she just had a great shot. Just and just a sweet kid.
Yeah, good family.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all we got tonight. We appreciate everyone listening, and we will be back at you next week on the Friday Blitz, sponsored by Hardee.